Many of our guests, when I talk with them, most of them are saying Huế is one of the highlight of the whole trip through Vietnam.
Wow,
And
that's a big
again,
statement.
not only the history, the culture, the cuisine, but also the people.
Hello, my name is Renae Leith-Manos. Welcome to this podcast, Where to From Here, featuring conversations about luxury travel and how it's changing in every pocket of the globe.
Hi guys, today we're going to Vietnam, a fabulous country in Southeast Asia, of course, and I'm talking to the wonderful Minh Phan, who is the general manager at Azerai La Residence Hoi. I hope I pronounced that right. The property is in fact owned by one of the world's most respected and famous luxury hoteliers, Indonesian Adrian Zecha. Now, Adrian Zecha is said to have rewritten the definition of what a luxury hotel is. He was involved in the founding of more than 100 throughout his life so far, including the Regent Hotel Group and, of course, the very, very famous and luxurious Aman Hotel Group, which really redefined the very definition globally of how a luxury hotel should operate and what the experience should be like for a guest at the very top end of luxury hotels. So he's the owner of these properties in Vietnam, and this one in particular. And also, I learned recently that Adrian Zecha even had a share, or his investment company did, in the Dorchester in London. So yes, he certainly has a very interesting history, and I know that Minh has actually met him. Minh, welcome to Where To From Here.
Thank you. Actually, yes, I have met Adrian first time back in 2008, long time ago, when he first visited Hue as the destination. And lately, when I joined Azerai as one of his brands, I have met him quite often, almost 2-3 times per year since
Wow.
2017. And a legend, everyone knows. And he is very active and passionate about luxury hotels and his
What's he
vision,
like?
I think.
What's he like? Is he very personable? Is he very chilled? Is he very professional? How would you describe him as a person?
Actually, he's quite like ordinary. He looked very close, and when you get to know him, he's very friendly,
Hmm.
um, easy, relaxing, sitting at the bar with a cigar. It is his favorite. Um, what he want to do here in Hue when he
Favorite
stay
pastime?
with us. And as I said, his vision um, is very much forward and always want to create something different. That's what I see from him. Yeah.
Why? Just tell us, why did he purchase Azerai, and talk us through that group. How many hotels are there, and why did Adrian Zecha buy that group?
I think he find he fall in love with Vietnam and Hue as the destination. To what I know from him, he been to Vietnam back in late 1960s, 1970s during the American War.
Yes.
I remember he mentioned he was a New York Times correspondent at that time, and then he come back to Vietnam after the war. I think it should be early 1990s, and many people know he's the one who bring the first luxury hotel called Floating Saigon Hotels. It was during the 1990s to Vietnam. And as I mentioned, he first came to Hue during like 2008, 2009, and I have met him at this hotel when I was a front office manager.
Hmm.
And when I talked with him as a VIP guest for us by then, he say he loved this hotel, he loved the destination, and he wished one day it could be his hotel. And now it's
Wow.
become true. Yeah.
What is it about Hoi? Forgive me if I didn't pronounce it perfectly. What is it about Hoi that is so magical that captured Adrian Zecha and plenty of people that come to stay at your hotel?
Hue is the ancient capital of Vietnam. Actually, it is the last imperial kingdom of Vietnam, which ended in 1945. And it has the charm of the ancient capital, but it is quite unknown to many.
Mm,
So when he come to Hue, he finds is with a big potential for luxury hotels. Like many Aman, most of them are in the middle of nowhere,
yeah.
and he find Hue something similar to that concept, and he want to bring the destination to the world, and that's why
And
we
where do
we have
you fly into in Vietnam to go to Hoi?
Hue is in center of Vietnam. You can take direct flight from Hanoi to Hue, or from Saigon to Hue or Ho Chi Minh, and it's only 2 hours drive from Da Nang, where you have
Oh,
many international flights. So it's quite easy access when you visiting central Vietnam and Hue.
and are there a lot of luxury hotels in that pocket, or are you really the only one?
As I mentioned, Hue is still unknown to many, and is some people say it's a hidden charm. So not many luxury hotel around yet. We have about five, six we call five-star hotels, but the upscale luxury I can say is only Azerai La Residence Hue now.
Wow. And how many hotels are there in that group that Adrian's bought?
You mean within the Azerai brand?
Yes.
So now in Vietnam we have two, Azerai La Residence Hue and one we call Azerai Kega Bay, which is in Phan Thiết province, with about 2.5 hours drive from Ho Chi Minh City, and it
Beautiful.
is a beachside resort.
Hmm. And are you going to develop the resort, or is it just talk me through what the resort offers and where are the guests coming from to this sort of little known, as you said, destination? Because I've been to Vietnam 3 or 4 times. I've never been there. I'm a travel writer, so that's how unknown it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as we see, Hue is a hidden charm, the destination that not very well known yet to many people. But lately, I can say Vietnam in general is on the map for tourists, and many different destinations in Vietnam coming up to the map. Um,
Mm.
and to the level of luxury travelers, they are knowing more about Vietnam, about Hue as the city, and like most of other cities, we have many guests coming from the Southeast Asia country, from Asia countries like from China, from Korea, from Japan, Singapore, Thailand. But for us here at Azerai La Residence Hue, our guest segment are quite different. We are on a higher level, so more of our guests are coming from American countries, from European countries,
Mm-hmm.
I can say our top five nationality. Number one is from the US. Number two is from UK. Number three is from Australia, and then it's come down to French, German, and so on.
Wow. So
And
very global.
yes,
And how many
um,
nights should you come and stay with you for in an ideal itinerary?
we have two different length of stay. For group tour, they normally stay 2 nights. Some stay
Mhm.
1 night. But for individual travelers, they normally stay longer, 3 nights, 4 nights.
Yeah.
And Hue is quite rich in history and culture, and also quite famous for the cuisine. So
Ah, what's the
quite
difference?
quite a few
I've
things
just
to
been in Vietnam,
explain.
so tell me what have you got that the other parts of Vietnam don't have?
Um, so number one is the history, as
Yeah.
the
No, I'm
last
talking about the
Inca.
food. What food do you have that the rest of Vietnam doesn't have? Because the food is amazing in Vietnam.
Yes, people love food, of course, but again, it's also relating to the royal kingdom,
Right.
because as I mentioned, the Nguyen dynasty ended in 1945, and the the Nguyen family have been ruled the country for more than 100 years, and they have gathering all the excellent chef to cook for the royal family, and then
Right.
it's spreading out to the population. So that's why we have um, in one of the book it say in the whole Vietnam we have about more than 3,000 different dishes, which are already more than 2,000 coming from Hue. So that's why the cuisine, the food in Hue are very special. Is is more um, complicated when talking about Hue food. The food presenting um, not only with the quality, with the taste, but also with the look, how is presented on the table.
Okay.
Mm. And
Sounds intriguing.
most of people, I can say 99%, when enjoying Hue food, when you ask them how is the Hue food you enjoying, they say, oh, it's very good, very nice, I like it. It can be a little bit spicy for some,
Good. I love spicy.
all right. But most of the guests are saying that they like the food. Even Vietnamese people coming from other province to the city, when to ask the question, they have the same feedback.
Yeah.
But if you are asking Hue people going elsewhere, to the north of Vietnam, to the south of Vietnam, when they are enjoying the food there, if you are asking them how is the food there, normally they are shaking. Not really the food for me. That's the normal feedback.
Right.
Mm.
Interesting. And look, you are Vietnamese. I believe you are back where you came from in Hue, but you were an engineer in Czechoslovakia, is that right? And if so, how did you end up as a hotelier in Vietnam?
Yeah, it's quite a long story, right? But in short, when I was young, I was in Czechoslovakia for 6 years, studying and working in an engineering factory, mechanic factory as an engineering. And with engineering work, you need to be very precise, accurate.
Yes.
So you need to attention to detail carefully. Um, so that what I think helping me into my hotel career developing. As the hotel job, many people would agree that hotel job is a hard working job,
Definitely.
and it need to be very attention to detail. And I find with the engineering background, it's helping me to taking a good deep insight of
Yes.
the every single detail in the hotel business. And
Yes.
we all know that hotel business is like taking care of a baby. Like you need to look into every single detail, right?
Well, I would say a whole family of babies myself, all the different departments, and
Yes, yeah.
it can be complicated.
But
But yes, I know.
when I start my job as a waiter in a hotel in town here, it was at that time the economic situation in Vietnam is not that as good as people can see,
Yeah.
and it's not easy to find a job. So I applying for different job, and then the hotel called me, and then I joined the hotel, and I start
Wow.
from there. And
Fantastic.
I developed myself from, as you can see, starting from a waiter, then moving to front office, then become a front office manager, and I was also in charge of HR department for a few
Brilliant.
years, and then I've been promoted to be EAM, assisting to a GM here at the hotel. And then after a few foreign GM I'm working with, when the last GM left, the company, the owner asking me if you are ready to be the GM. I say, why not? And then I'm here now.
Brilliant. Tell me, how important do you think it is for general managers or even senior staff within hotels to have started at the bottom? I mean, you started as a waiter. How important is it that that happens for them to really understand the job of a general manager?
I think many GMs, which I know and I talk with, most of us are starting from very basic. Can be a waiter, can be a
Yeah.
cook, and I can say um, the GM that I know, 60-70% of them are the same, starting
Yeah.
from a waiter or a cook, as I mentioned. And I think it is good that when you know every single detail of the job that the staff are doing, you can better monitor and
Yes.
assisting them when needed, and creating the work environment that staff feel comfortable and enjoying to work.
Yeah.
And for hotel, I think the important is the personnel, the staff.
Yes.
Take
How many
the
staff do
most
you have?
important. Yeah.
How many staff do you
And
have?
and I can say I'm very lucky to have the team here, as most of my team are coming from the city. They are
Ah,
living around the town here, and they work for the hotel. And one of the thing is I've been working with them for a very long time. As I mentioned, I joined the hotel in 2007
wow.
as a front office manager.
17 years.
Yes. So I know every single staff, how
How
they
many?
like.
What is the number of staff that you have been?
We have about 200 staff now,
And how many rooms?
122 rooms we
Wow.
have.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
people to manage.
Yes. And back to the staff, all of our staff are from the province, and most of them have been working with hotels a very long time.
Yeah,
Um,
wow. And
I can say,
how do you keep on top of global trends? I mean, you're in the middle of Vietnam. How do you keep in touch with the changes? Because there have been a lot of changes in luxury hotels.
yes, the hotel industry is changing a lot, especially in the last 5 years
Yes.
with the technology and sustainable and so on. So to keep with the trend, of course, you need to study, to read, and luckily we've been working with good hotel chains. As you can notice, we've been
Yes.
before as an M Gallery with
Yes.
Accor, and now with Azerai as a luxury brand. So we have chance to travel abroad, having meeting with different GM, different people, and that where you get the new and updating yourself,
Yeah.
and
But I
of
imagine the
course,
guests, I imagine a lot of the guests that come to you from, as you said, America and Europe, they're traveling in some of the best hotels. And I imagine they bring information to you because of what they are asking from you.
um, for the guests, as with Azerai La Residence, especially, we have we can say the wealthy, experienced travelers, and they are expecting quite high
Mm,
in terms of services, product, and the communication with the staff. So I can say that you need to create for the guests the different experience,
yeah.
and this is one of the Azrai concept. Each Azrai have its own unique. Um, for example, in Hue here, the hotel, the Azerai La Residence is used to be a French colonial art deco building
Yeah.
belong to uh, the governor of the in the colonial era. And after the renovation and the expanding to the hotel now, we are still trying to keep the colonial feel,
Feel.
the
Yeah, it's a
charm,
good idea, isn't it? It's
and
beautiful.
it's very much fitting with the destination. Hue as an
Yes.
ancient capital is have when people step into the city, they find the relaxing feel, the pace of
Oh,
life is
beautiful.
calming down, and you feel it's everywhere from the hotel, even into the street and into the old town. So
Wow.
um, and also the hotel is right next on the river. The Perfume River is one of the most
Yes,
famous
the Perfume River. What does
river
that mean? Why do they call it the Perfume River?
legendary. People say the Perfume River is having its stream down from the mountain up there, and along the river bank there are many flowers, and in the spring the flowers fall down to the water and flow
Wow.
down to the city center, bringing the fragrance of the flowers. So that's why people name it Perfume River. And
Beautiful. Can you actually smell a
now
fragrance in the water or at times of year?
it is saying, but not really. You can have this flavor. But I can
Yeah.
say it's a very beautiful river, um, very clean,
Yeah.
and the flow of water is very smooth. Um,
Yeah.
Until today, many Hue people are swimming in the river in the summer times.
Wow.
Many of our guests, they are amazing seeing people swimming in the river when they are taking the boat trip up to the pagoda and mausoleum and so on. It's very unique experience.
Beautiful. Well, I think you've convinced me I need to come. I've been to Da Nang many times, but it
All
sounds
right.
like Hoi and your hotel is very beautiful.
Yeah, I think you should plan to come sometimes. As many of our guests, when I talk with them, most of them are saying Hue is one of the highlight of the whole trip through Vietnam.
Wow.
And
That's a big
again,
statement.
the not only the history, the culture, the cuisine, but also the people from
Yes.
Hue are very exceptional. And
Wow.
as we know that there are quite a few royal families still living around, and they are very proud of their origin, of their
It
ancestors.
reminds me, the way you're talking about Hoi reminds me of Thailand's Hua Hin, which is also
Mm-hmm.
historically where the royals went for their holidays and had holiday houses. Have you been
Mm-hmm.
there?
Yeah, I've been to Thailand a few times, and I think
No, to Hua Hin. To
it's
Hua
true. It's
Hin.
quite similar. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Hua Hin.
So
Have you been there to Hua Hin?
yes, I've been there one time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's quite different to the rest of Thailand as a location.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Hoi might be similar.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
because the Thailand now they still have the emperors, right? The king and the queen. But for Hue, Vietnam, the
Don't know.
empress and the queen is something in the past.
Yes.
But when you are going around in the city, you still meet people who proudly say, "Oh, my grandmother was a princess," something like
Wow.
that. Yeah,
Wow.
and these
How
people
wonderful.
they are trying to keep the traditional lifestyle, the way
Yeah.
um, they make the house, the way they prepare the meal for the family. So, and some of
Yeah.
the family open the
Yeah.
door for
Amazing.
tourists coming, joining with them for a meal, showing them around the house, the garden,
How
and
beautiful.
exchanging about the history of the family. So that is something very
That's
different.
very special. Very special. Very special. Well, look,
Mhm.
I'm convinced I need to come. And I'm just thrilled that you know Adrian Zecha and that at 92 years of age, he is still engaged with hotels, owning hotels, and creating the future of luxury hotels after so many years in the industry. But with you, Min, we ask everyone who comes on the show, where to from here? And it could be what you're about to do today, what your next project is, what your next trip is. So, where to from here for you?
For today, from here, I'm going to take a walk around the hotel and see if anything I need to take attention to. And for next summer, I'm planning a trip to America to visit my daughter,
Wow, where are you going?
who is my daughter is studying in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm planning to go there to attend her graduation this May.
And what's she studying?
She is studying on computer system and information.
Is she interested in hospitality or?
I'm not sure yet because she's now in computer and so on. But let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very exciting trip. Something lovely to
Mm.
look forward to. Wonderful. Well, thank you
Mm.
so much for your time, Min. We really appreciate it. Hopefully, I can get to your beautiful hotel soon. And it was wonderful hearing from you about this completely unknown location in Vietnam about Hoi. Thank you.
All right. Hope to see you in Hue sometime soon. And thank you for
Thank you. Thank you so
your
much.
time.
Hope to see
Yeah.
you soon.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye now.
Don't forget to subscribe here and follow us on Instagram and Facebook for regular travel updates. You can also hear our episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.